Read with me.
I never thought nothing. Only I reckon they was afraid they had waked up my master and was trying to get away before he made trouble with them. That was all they asked me. The doctor whirls on me and says, "Are you English too?" I says, "Yes." And him and some others laughed and said, "Stuff." Well, then they sailed in on the general investigation, and there we had it. Up and down, an hour out, and nobody never said a word about supper, nor ever seemed to think about it. And so they kept it up and kept it up, and it was the worst mixed up thing you ever see. They made the king tell his yarn, and they made the old gentleman tell his, and anybody but a lot of prejudiced chuckleheads would have seen that the old gentleman was spinning truth and the other one lies. And by they had me up to tell what I knowed. The king he give me a left-handed look out of the corner of his eye, and so I knowed enough to talk on the right side. I began to talk about Sheffield and how we lived there, and all about the English Wilkses and so on, but I didn't get pretty fur till the doctor begun to laugh, and Levi Bale, the lawyer, says, "Sit down, my boy. I wouldn't strain myself if I was you. I reckon you ain't used to lying. It don't seem to come handy. What you want is practice. You do it pretty awkward." I didn't care nothing for the compliment, but I was glad to be let off anyway. The doctor, he started to say something and turns and says, "If you'd been in town at first, Levi Bale." The king broke in and reached out of his hand and says, "Why, this is my poor dead brother's old friend that he wrote so often about." The lawyer and him shook hands, and the lawyer smiled and looked pleased, and they talked right along a while. They then got to one side and talked low. At last the lawyer speaks up and says, "That'll fix it. I'll take the order and send it along with your brothers, and then they'll know it's all right." So they got some paper and pen, and the king he sat down and twisted his head to one side and chawed his tongue and scrawled off something, and then they give the pen to the duke, and then for the first time the duke looked sick.
Like and subscribe.